Lawmakers grilled the director of the CDC about the U.S. response to the Ebola outbreak. Enhanced Ebola screenings began today at 4 airports. The CDC is now considering expanding what's called a do not board list that prevents people with a known infectious disease from flying. The list could soon also include people being monitored for exposure to Ebola. The calls for banning travel altogether to and from West Africa are getting louder.
It needs to be solved in Africa, but until it is, we should not be allowing these folks in, period.
The head of the FAA says a travel ban will not solve the problem. So far, the Obama administration has resisted a ban on travel, saying it could complicate the ability to get supplies and personnel to the region. The White House also says a travel ban will hurt the screening process.
They may engage in something called broken travel, essentially breaking up their trip so that they can hide the fact that they have been to one of these countries where there is a disease in place. And as a result, we may end up getting less information about who has the disease.
Alabama Congressman Bradley Byrne is in favor of the travel ban. He made his opinion well known today on Capitol Hill. He joins us now on the phone. Congressman Byrne, you say this is all about keeping new cases from entering the U.S.
That's exactly right. We know we have a problem. We know that we've been able to contain that problem in Texas, but if we have more people coming into the country, that makes it now that much more difficult for us to be able to contain it. So until we get our act together better, and it's clear we don't have our act together very well here in the United States, let's keep any more people from entering the country. Let's get our act together. When we know what we've got, know what we can do to contain it, then perhaps we could open up that travel again.
Congressman Byrne, does it make you scratch your head just a little bit when the administrator of the FAA claims a travel ban won't help the problem? With all due respect, what does an aviation expert know about the Ebola virus?
Well, I don't think he knows anything, but the thing that's bothering me is that I don't think that the people of the CDC who should know about this have handled this any better. So when we don't have our act together, when we know we've got some problems getting our thing straight, let's just keep our problem limited to what we've got right now. Let's get ourselves stressed, get all the hospitals in America, all the health care givers in this country on one page, get everybody in one place. Then if we feel comfortable that we can protect the people of the United States and let people in from these countries, then we can go back and reconsider it. But until we get to that point, we shouldn't take that risk.
And it won't be long. Apparently, we're going to have more of our military in Africa battling Ebola than in Iraq trying to maintain the peace there. Your thoughts?
Well, I've been against this from the beginning. Our military personnel are not trained to handle a major epidemic like this. They're trained to do military things, not public health things. There are other people like the World Health Organization that know how to do that. At a time when we have a war going on in the Middle East, I don't think we should be sending military resources to deal with an epidemic in Africa. So I've made my position well known. A lot of other people have too. The president seems determined to go ahead and do it anyway.
Byrne, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Good to be with you.
We continue to cover all the angles of Ebola preparedness. To see all of our stories, log on to our website, local15tv.com.